Pinnacle 27 EZload uses EZload technology to ensure fast, easy, and error-free film loading. Using color-coded plugs on each end of the roll, this method allows you to quickly and correctly drop the rolls into the laminator, therefore eliminating the chance of loading the film backwards. Once the new rolls of film are locked into place, you'll then need to thread the film through the laminator. There are two ways to thread the film, using either existing film left on the heat shoe after cutting the film from the rolls, or use a threading card. When loading film into the laminator, where there is no existing film over the heat shoe, you'll need to use the threading card method. First, let's explore the method of using existing film for threading. This method works best when the laminator is warmed up. Preheat the laminator until the ready light illuminates. Remove the feed table by first disengaging the locks at both ends. Your laminator will automatically power off once the feed table is removed. Without removing the heat shield, cut the remaining top and bottom films between the rolls and the heat shoe. You now have film remaining intact on the heat shoe, detached from both the top and bottom rolls. Remove the heat shield. Remove the bottom film roll by unlocking the latches of the EZload film cradles on both ends of the laminator and lift the roll out of the cradle. Now remove the top roll of film in the same way. Place a new roll of film into the cradles by matching the color of each end cap to the color indicated near the cradles. Close the latches. Unroll enough film from the bottom roll to tack onto the existing film on the heat shoe. Replace the top roll following the same steps as described earlier. Now unroll enough film from the top roll of film to tuck under the idler bar onto the heat shoe over the existing film. Replace the feed table and re-engage the locks on both ends. Replace the heat shield. Turn the Pinnacle on. Select the proper film type by pressing the nap 1 or nap 2 button, and allow the machine to warm up. When the ready light illuminates, or the audible alert sounds, set the dial to 1 and press run. To ensure proper feeding, both the old and the new films must advance at the same time. Any separation between the films will require repositioning of the film over the heat shoe. After the newly threaded film has completely exited from the rear and the output is clear, press stop. Trim off the excess film from the rear with the built-in trimmer. Now you're ready to laminate. Let's now explore the other method of film threading by using a threading card that is enclosed inside the packaging. This method also works best when the laminator is preheated, using extreme caution as the heat shoe is hot. Remove the feed table and the heat shield. Replace the top roll following the same steps as described earlier. Replace the bottom roll, but do not unroll any film onto the heat shoe after the shaft is snapped back into place. Unroll enough film from the top roll to tuck under the idler bar and drape over the heat shoe. Now lift the bottom film up and drape over the top film on the heat shoe. At this point, the bottom and the top film will begin to adhere, forming one film. Install the feed table and the heat shield. Turn the machine back on, select the proper film type, and again allow the machine to warm up. Set the dial to 1 and press run. Slide the threading card into the laminator and allow it to feed completely through. Once the card exits from the rear and the output is clear, push stop. Trim off the excess film from the rear with the built-in trimmer. Your film is now installed.